Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Manjaro is a rolling Linux distribution and comes with various desktop environments including Gnome Desktop. Gnome is a modern, intuitive and beautiful desktop environment which is known in Manjaro for its user-friendly operation thanks to customizations. With Gnome, Manjaro offers a tidy appearance and a clear user interface that is particularly suitable for beginners. We now take a look at the latest Manjaro edition at the end of 2023. Let's give it a start. The year 2023 is almost over and you didn't think I'd missed out on taking a closer look at Manjaro this year, did you? No. The image of 23.0.4 with the codename Uranus is available on the Manjaro site. We now have the 4th point release. Manjaro 23 was initially released at the beginning of September 2023. However, as usual with rolling distributions, the version status is dynamic and is changing. Manjaro 23.1.0, codename Vulkan, is now being rolled out via an upgrade. The version has not yet been announced on the Manjaro release board at the time of creating this video. However, it may follow at a later date. Manjaro is a continuously updated Linux distribution based on Arch Linux. Its main goal is not only to always provide up-to-date software and packages, but also to ensure a high level of stability. To achieve this, Manjaro subjects the Arch upstream packages to a careful test phase. After about 2 or 3 weeks, the tested packages are then released in a Manjaro stable branch, provided everything runs smoothly. Security patches, on the other hand, are rolled out immediately without any delay. This approach enables Manjaro to maintain a balance between up-to-dateness and stability. Manjaro is a rolling distro based on Arch. Classic 64-bit and ARM architectures are supported. Manjaro also relies on the LZMA-packed tar file format tar.xz resulting from Arch. The package manager Pacman is also included as standard. Those who prefer to manage their software graphically can use PayMac. Manjaro deliberately targets desktop users who are looking for both cutting-edge software and stability of their system. The focus on this target group becomes particularly clear when you consider that many users are disappointed with Ubuntu or other LTS distributions because they are confronted with outdated packages. Manjaro aims to fill this gap by providing a platform to offer desktop users a stable and up-to-date system. What's new? GNOME 44 or 45.2, KDE Plasma 5.27 LTS, XFCE 4.16. Please note that Manjaro is a rolling distro. The versions just mentioned were from the beginning of September 2023 and the image currently delivers GNOME Shell 44.5 in live mode. The values are therefore not up-to-date values, as we can easily see from the current rolled out GNOME 45.2 version, for example. If you want to get started with Manjaro, you have to go to the Manjaro webpage and then click here on Get Manjaro. Choose your architecture. I choose 64-bit. And then you can choose between the different desktop environments. There are 3 maintained by the Manjaro team. This is KDE Plasma Desktop, XFCE and GNOME. And on the other hand, you have the community-based editions. There we have Budgie Desktop, Cinnamon, i3 Window Manager, Sway Window Manager, Mate and Manjaro Docker image. Like I said, I tested the GNOME Desktop. In this case, I will click on Download. And then you can choose between minimal and full. I took the full version. And then click on Image. Then you see on the bottom, it is downloading 23.0.4. Just click on it and after a short while, the ISO is downloading. This takes a couple of minutes. I will cancel it as I don't need it in my VM. After the ISO file is completely downloaded, I recommend you to verify the checksum. You can find the checksum here. It downloaded it. And the complete process is already shown in a video. You will find the links in the description below. I recommend you to do this in order to prevent that you get corrupted or manipulated software. After the ISO is downloaded and you've checked it or not, it's your decision, Then you need a tool such as Berliner Etcher to flash the ISO either on a DVD or a USB device. At the end, you have to reboot your computer, boot from USB, go in the live mode and execute the installer. Unfortunately, I cannot show you the installer right now, but I recorded the installation process and will release it in a separate installation video. Stay tuned for this. Let's come to the system measurement. My system took up a hefty 13 GB of disk space. The memory requirement was around about 1.9 GB. The number of pre-installed apps and packages is 1098. Flatpak containers are not pre-installed. At the time of creating this video, GNOME Shell 45.2 was rolled out. The Manjaro Desktop realizes a dock at the bottom and a bar at the top. Anyone thinking of macOS is not entirely wrong. However, it should be mentioned that Manjaro arranges the window buttons on the right and not on the left as we know it from macOS. Let me show you. There you can see they are on the right side. This you can change with the GNOME Tweak tool. Either you find it pre-installed or in the App Store. We'll talk about in a few minutes. The bar at the top has a line with a dot. If we click on it, we get a kind of dashboard. We see the open programs at the bottom and the virtual desktops at the top here. The time is in the center. If we click on it, the calendar including system notifications etc. opens. On the right there is access to system indicators and controls such as Update Manager, volume, network connections, power mode and dark style etc. If this desktop concept does not feel good to you, open the layout switcher. You can use traditional to switch to a concept modeled on Windows 10. Let me show you. Click here on traditional, then apply it. Wait a couple of seconds. And there we go. It's like Windows 10. And this with a click of the mouse. Alternatively, there's also tiling. Apply, I will apply it. Some may prefer this concept. Then the fourth concept is GNOME Vanilla applied. And there you see we have no dock at the bottom and it's more or less GNOME as it was shipped out, for example, with Fedora or Debian. We will now go back to the Manjaro concept, click apply. There we go. You can also switch between dark and light themes either in the settings or click here on the system indicators and then click here to deactivate the dark style. Then you see it's in a light mode. I'll make this window a little bit smaller that the dark is not hidden. Yeah, here we go. I will go back to dark mode. Now let's come to the software selection. We have Linux kernel 6.5 as browser, there's Firefox, as mail client, there's Geary, as Office there's nothing pre-installed, and as software container there's Flatpak. What irritated me is that I selected free Office during the installation, but there's currently no Office included. Strange. Otherwise, a comprehensive package of software and apps is included for the desktop operation. Do you see it? There is now the Manjaro logo and not the dot and the line. After I used the layout switcher, some kind of minor issue. And we'll talk later about some other bugs I found in this release, but we will see. The gamers can look forward to a few smaller GNOME games. I don't enjoy that, honestly. It seems a little bit nested to me. It is usually to rummage through folders unless you already know the name of the app or function via search. Let me show you. We have here accessories. And you see we have 3 pages in this folder. Games, there are only 4 games pre-installed. Office, 3 apps included. System tools, that we can also move between 3 folders. If you are missing any app, you can find a graphical software installer at Paymac. In my opinion, it's not a fully fledged app store, but it probably doesn't want to be. So now let's search for an app, let's say VLC, and here you find it and you can install it. Updates are also managed here. Click on the writer updates. And then it says system is up to date. All is good. Unfortunately, I have encountered minor problems in the system. This manifested itself in seconds of thoughts, or GNOME points in the dock did not react or were not functional. Let me show you. We have here the 9 dots, and if I click on it, there is no function. To me, it seems a bug. If I click here and then click here, it's working. Don't know why, but at least I have a workaround. But it also happened, for example, that the layout switcher did not change the design, but instead took me back to the login manager. There were also display errors in the folders. App icons were completely missing, an unpleasant thing. The Arch user repository AUR and Flatpak are not activated by default. This means that the system is relatively free of dependency problems without AUR packages. If you are not quite happy with the package sources activated by Manjaro, you can activate the alternatives. But keep in mind, if you install packages from AUR, this could have regressions on other packages. At the latest, when you switch off AUR again and want to update the system further, a major issue of dependencies could threaten, but doesn't have to. However, the more AUR packages you add to the system, the greater the risk. And by the way, my reference system was installed in October 2022 and I've been using it for testing purposes ever since. The system is not updated daily, but at least every 2 weeks, but it still lives. Now let's come to my conclusion. Manjaro Linux with GNOME offers a balanced combination of ease of use, performance and customizability. The Arch Linux base and rolling release model make it an attractive choice for users looking for a modern Linux distribution with a stable foundation. Whether for beginners or experienced users, Manjaro with GNOME offers an appealing environment for a wide range of needs. The minor bugs are unattractive and cloud their actually good intentions. So if you are currently considering switching from, let's say, Ubuntu to Manjaro, you should bear in mind that stability is the absolute priority with Ubuntu LTS or Debian Stable, and Manjaro does not come close. This is also not possible as it is a rolling Linux. So you need to know that despite all the good things about Manjaro, there can always be minor problems that may require your attention. This is somewhat different from Ubuntu or Debian. Be clearly aware of this. What do you think about Manjaro? An alternative, for example, Ubuntu, or nothing whole and nothing half? Feel free to write your opinion in the comments. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and activate the bell. Thank you for the kind attention. See you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.